there's another product, right, which we're announcing now, and also at Infocom. So if you're watching this, then you're seeing a real first. If you're not watching this and then you're at Infocom, you're seeing a real first. If you do both, then unfortunately you're ruining Infocom for yourselves, guys. But anyway, display, MMG Display is what we've got. So we actually put out a message on our LinkedIn, and we're kind of asking and exploring whether you preferred the micro HDMI or the full HDMI. I'm just going to show the product, Callum, actually. And what we found out is that the world very much wants full-sized HDMI. So we went from this original concept, which has got micro HDMI, which we still might have as a flavor, just because I think some situations it might work, to this, which is got full HDMI on it. Now, you're seeing the final product, but with a different case. We like to make things look slick. So we've got the case coming. If you're at Infocom, you're going to see it with the actual final case. What it does, NDI to HDMI. That's it in a nutshell. Callum, can you show the image of what it's actually going to look like? Because that's way cooler than just the black box, right? Looks quite slick, quite sexy even, let's say. Charlie's going to take you through the UI for it so you can understand how it works as well.
So it's very small, very convenient, and just simple to stick at the back of a screen if you just need to do NDI to HDMI.
Yes, with a few added bits of fun, right? Because that's what we're all about. We just want to make something that means that if you put it on the back of the screen, as much as it brings NDI into your world, it also gives you other functionality as well. So there's software that means that you can control these as a group, as an ecosystem. So if you've got 1,000 screens at a race course and you need to be in control of all of the digital signage at all times, you can. Like I say, Charlie, show them what's on there, and I think it'll give a bigger picture to it.
Yeah, no, cool. So I've got the UI here, which again can be accessed just over the local network. Just by typing in the IP. So the idea, here's the thing, I think this is really cool. And there's certain things that this decoder offers that not all decoders offer, I believe. So in single mode, you basically simply do your NDI to HDMI, fully takes over the whole screen's full frame. That's the word. But this is some of the really cool bits. There's also a quad option. So you can kind of use this like a basically deployed multi-view system. So I can actually pick 4 NDI feeds and they all split into the quarters of the image. And these are all running lower bandwidth as well. And it basically allows you to have a bit of a multi-view as well out of the device.
We was on a webinar yesterday. One of the guests was Jeremy from Viz, and he got really excited about this as well, which only spurred me to get even more excited.
That is worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah, I think everybody who's had to deal with, because even then you could pull up all the, think about a single TriCaster, you could have all of the interfaces on one screen at that point.
Because of the fact that I can walk to any show, and instead of going, oh, can you send me this? Can you do this? Can you do that? If I've got one of these literally in my bag, I just connect to the network and I've got my own multi-view good to go. I can literally call the show or get stuck in, do whatever I need to do. And I think that's what he saw in it as well. He was like, wait a minute, this is awesome.
Yeah, and might I also add that the latencies on this decoder are also the same as the Axis. So they're really fast, sort of 30 milliseconds latencies as well. Other cool bit, it's actually got a built-in media player as well. So there's USBs on the unit and you can actually load your media onto the unit and actually play just media as well. So it's got so many functionalities aside of being a decoder. I'll quickly take you through the rest of the settings. So you can toggle the NDI bandwidth. You can also set audio buffer, and that's just on the slider here. Display. So we can then choose what happens if the signal is lost. So do you want it to go to a placeholder that you can set, just black, or hold the last frame of the NDI? Output mode, so you can have that on auto, which means, as you see it, auto just follows the NDI source's resolution and frame rate. But equally, you can set that to a specific resolution and frame rate, and it will actually scale to that if let's say you've got a 4K screen, but you are only running 1080 to it. There's also overscan on the feed as well, and that's up to 10%. So you can actually play with that as well to get the exact frame that you're looking for. The other really cool thing is if you're running audio only NDI, we've actually added a spectrum and an ambience. That'll actually give you sound waves and make a bit of a spectrum of the actual audio, which
quite cool for like clubs and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And this bit of it, I think, is really cool because basically it makes its own Wi-Fi hotspot. So if you get this unit out the box, let's say maybe you're running a static network and you're not running DHCP on your network. Well, in that case, you wouldn't necessarily be able to plug the unit in and actually get to the UI because it's not going to get an IP, right? So out the box, the hotspot will be on. You'll be able to connect to this hotspot through your phone, and then you can go and configure your Ethernet accordingly. So static, give it a specific IP of your network. And then obviously if it is DHCP on your network, it will just plug in just fine. And the box also runs over PoE as well.